Hi, my name is Sumit Madan. I work with the public sector team at Syntasa, a Google Cloud Marketplace partner. In this demo, I will be showing you how DonorAI helps fundraising teams turn donor data into targeted, measurable campaigns using AI driven insights. I will start with Benjamin Kwong. So, Benjamin is a past donor who has supported the institution before, and he represents the type of donor whom advancement teams want to re engage more effectively. This is Benjamin's record in Blackbaud, a commonly utilized CRM similar to Salesforce. Here we can see his contact information, his giving history, and a timeline of interaction. The system remains a source of truth for donor data. Donor AI builds on top of it as an extension rather than replacing the CRM. Now, while we have some historical context on Benjamin, on its own, it does not tell me what he is likely to do next when receiving a campaign or the best way to engage him right now. So if I move into Donor AI, let's load up Benjamin's profile. Now, you can see here a unified donor profile for Benjamin that combines his historical data with some more recent engagement signals. These signals could include a donor's interest in athletics, like an upcoming football or hockey game, certain performing arts, specific academic programs, or even scholarships for further research. What DonorAI is doing is it's combining the data from the CRM with activity on digital media properties owned by the institution, some advertising, some social media to surface signals about Benjamin's interests. The underlying models will calculate a likelihood to donate and a suggested donation amount. These signals provide outreach intelligence for campaigns. And the models that actively score donor propensity and recommended ask amounts improve as more engagement and giving data is captured over time. This makes the signals more precise with continued use. Now, under the hood, Donor AI is continuously ingesting data from Blackboard and these digital engagement sources. It is resolving identities and engineering features, applying AI models to these interaction signals, and storing the results in a governed donor profile for activation and measurement. This approach keeps the signals explainable and grounded in observable donor behavior, which is critical for trust with gift giving officers. So let's create a campaign. We can create one with using an existing one. So let's see. And let's call it a test campaign. So there's a description we can add along with a donation amount. And this campaign screen defines the fundraising objective and the messaging strategy. It'll also tell us how success will be measured. An important early decision to make in the campaign is deciding who this outreach is intended for. So that starts with deciding an audience of similar donors. So let's take a brief segue into what audiences are. So I will build an audience with some shared characteristics such as interests, engagement patterns, as well as giving history. This will ensure that the campaign reaches donors who are most likely to respond. These criteria can easily be adjusted, and by adjusting these criteria, I can control the size and quality of the audience without guessing. For example, if you see the lifetime giving criteria, a high lifetime giving criteria is one where the donation amount is more than 20,000. Before activating anything, I can test exactly who is included in this audience over a sample data range. This keeps the gift officers in control and avoids blind outreach. Now, if we go back to our campaigns, we can see that in the campaign we have defined an audience which has given past gift areas. We can add and edit and delete from this audience list. We can also select some target donors. We can move on to the next step to create the template with a subject line as well as an email body. All that will be personalized and serve as inputs to the Gemini model in the back. And this personalization can be at a segment, which is the audience level, or at an individual level. In this example, we are individualizing the message using the donor's profile and activity history and choosing a medium level of personalization. A sample email is shown for Benjamin Kwong. So at this point, this campaign, which is grounded in real donor data from Benjamin, can be seen to have an impact on the kind of message that's going out. Some of the personalization highlights show that not only the donor name, degree, and constituency is factored in, but also their loyalty index, their recent gift activity, which was in 2024, is being taken into account, and the call to action has an actual suggested ask amount of 12,308. This is useful to guide gift giving officers in how much to ask for with their campaign outreach. Now, it should be mentioned that all these recommendations were powered by Google Cloud AI services under the hood, while DonorAI is governing how AI is applied within fundraising workflows. As the campaign runs, DonorAI will track the engagement metrics, how many emails have been opened, how the clicks, as well as responses, and give an overview of how each campaign is performing in different segments, what type of donations we're getting by industry, where the donors are, and further insights. Now we can see an example of the email that we generated within Blackbaud, and this sample email is the one that will actually go out from Blackbaud to Benjamin. In a nutshell, this is DonorAI: unified donor data, explainable AI signals, targeted activation, and measurable fundraising outcomes. We are happy to dive deeper into the technical architecture or of models in a follow up session. Thank you.